All right. Can everybody hear me good? Give me a thumbs up if y'all can hear me perfect. All right. All right. Can you all drop in the chat if it's all right if I go fucking in on this call? Full transparency, real as fuck. We're going rated R for real as fuck on this call if it's all good with everybody on here. Let's see. Tell me to run it. Tell me to run it. All right, guys. I am so fucking jacked up and excited for this call. I am so grateful for every single person that was able to make this call here tonight and every single person that's going to be watching this recording because we are literally going the fuck in right here. I had some major breakthroughs in PR. And this call is really, truly about you guys. Lydia actually said today, and I really love the way she said it, she said that I had a good ability to push people without being overbearing, right? So that is truly what we are going for here today. There we go. Sweet. Perfect. That's what I want to do is really push and drive people to really be the best person they can absolutely motherfucking be to get everything that they want. And everybody here is the foundation. I truly want every single person on this call to know. I heard Cash Cartier say this at a major event, and he said that I do not believe that you guys would be here on accident. I just want every single person that's on this call to hear that and know that truly from the bottom of my heart, there's no way. I do not believe that anybody on this call here tonight, this is all divine timing right here, that you would be here tonight on accident. So we are here to do something. We are here to find that purpose and to get that shit done. So I just wanted every single person here to know how important that is. Like we said in PR, one team, one dream, for real. Imagine what is possible when every single person on this call digs deep, becomes the best version of themselves at the same time. Every single person on this call is the foundation. And I love it because Jordan, he said this a couple times that I said this in London. I'm glad he did, so I didn't forget it, right? Because it's super critical. Have you guys ever watched people literally build a foundation for a building and they're fucking around? They got construction out there. They're dumping rock. They're laying concrete. They're putting rebar in. They're doing all sorts of shit. And then all of a sudden they just erect the building the next day. That is every single one of you guys. You guys are the foundation of Sniper Squad, of QC, of this team. Think about what Mike and Johnny Caves and Jordan and all those guys started in PR. Imagine what we can do together. Imagine the type of vision that we can paint together for real. So I just want you guys to know how important that you guys are. And then also, I've just been really focused on three major takeaways that I really got from PR, honestly, that helped. Just once your mind expands, it does not go back. I knew what I went there for, and I went there for clarity, and I was blessed to find it, truly. So a lot of the shit that I wanted to go over are three super important things I think are the most critical things. Clarity, faith, and action. I was talking to so many people and I was relating to them. I was in that boat. They were in that boat where we weren't doing what we were supposed to do. We didn't have the energy. We didn't have the fire. We didn't have the passion. We didn't have the motivation. We were missing a lot of stuff, right? We're not dumb. We are smart people. We know what we need to do. So why were we not doing it? And it hit me. It was the clarity. If you do not have a clear vision, then you don't know where you're going. I was just talking to Kyle earlier today. I was watching Band of Brothers and Lieutenant Winters, right? This man went out and did it every time, got the mission done, right? And he was put in a position of being a lieutenant or whatever, where he had to now sit back and watch people do a mission. And it was not going right from where he was seeing, you know what I mean? So he ran in there and literally set the pace, got everything going right, fixed everything that was going wrong, boom, 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 boom. And when he came back, the general was pissed, like, dude, why did you run in there? We cannot afford to lose somebody like you running in there. But we are all Lieutenant Winters, right? If we are the other people, we're getting fucked up in the battle. We don't know what's going on, right? We got to be Lieutenant Winters, where we see that we need to imagine being a soldier running as fast as you can with a gun, knowing exactly what you're running in there to do. That's what we need to do, and having that clarity, I truly feel like can help so many people on their journey. Because if we don't have a clear vision, we're just floating in time. We're doing the same things, like Mike Miles said, that we're products of habit, right? So if we do not have clarity, habitually, we're going to continue to do the same things and be in the same place. But if you have clarity and you know where you're running to, boom, 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 now we're running there. You're going to get there. You know what I mean? So clarity to me was so huge. And what hit me was, you know, when you go into clarity, literally the opposite of clarity is lack of direction. So that's important to have clarity. And the number one thing that I wrote down some stuff that helped me with clarity, thinking about that, knowing that it's that important, right? So Chris Vargas said, you know, he just met with the Wolf of Wall Street and all this shit, and talking about how, you know, Chris Vargas had to close $1 million men before. Like, he was in sales since he was 18. This man was closing $1 million people. And he talked about what some of those people did to stay sharp, right? To literally stay sharp so that they could close people like that. Because if you're going to talk to somebody that's worth $1 million, you know, I might be able to talk to a couple people in a day, have a bad day, and that's all right. I go up to Chris Vargas, somebody with that kind of energy, that kind of emotional and literal intelligence, they're going to see right fucking through it. You know what I mean? So staying sharp, damn, that hit me so hard, because if you do not have clarity, usually not having clarity comes from doubt. You know, you have doubts. Am I going to get there? What am I doing? You know, where's my direction? You know, so when you stay sharp, you don't let that shit happen. I was nervous as fuck. I mean, we hyped this call the fuck up. Do you know what made me able to sit here today? Now I'm totally like, ice is broken. We're in this call. We're running this the fuck up. Staying sharp. Before, I didn't stay sharp, right? I've been doing this almost, 14, 15, 16 months. I'm losing track of time. But I wasn't staying sharp sometimes. You know what I mean? So literally, that was such a critical thing, that if you have the clarity on where you're going and you stay sharp every single day, I want to wake up every single day. If I got to do push-ups, wake my ass up, go for a walk, whatever, I'm going to stay sharp, right? Because we all know we do not have to get ready if we stay ready, because when we become congruent with our goals, the universe is going to literally put things in your lap. Are you going to be ready for those things to be in your lap? Because if you have fucking clarity and you stay sharp, you're going to smack it out of the park every time, because you're ready for it. You're never scared. You're in that moment. You know what I mean? So literally staying sharp, I couldn't believe how I went this long, and I felt like I missed such a critical key. I was focused on this and that and learning this, and what if this happens, and blah, 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 blah. I was chasing a result. I didn't have the clarity. I wasn't staying sharp. Now I really do, right? Because it makes sense. If I'm going to give you a metaphor, right? So let's say I was a college running back, okay? Let's say every single one of you guys that's listening right now, picture this. You're the college running back, okay? Would you rather tell everybody you know that you're going to go out and get the Heisman that year? Or would you rather go out and tell every single person you know that you're going to outwork every single other running back in college football today? Which would you rather choose? I'm going to bet on the work instead of the result, because when you bet on the result, there's so many variables that can happen, right? But when you're focused, that's simply on the work. If you told people that you're going to be the hardest working running back in college football today and you held yourself to that, you're probably going to get the Heisman regardless. That is what I had to switch my paradigm from. It's not the result. It's being the person that's going to get the result, that you're bound to get it. It's rational. It makes sense. You're doing the work, right? And I was just talking to Kyle too, and I'm so blessed that me and him talked, because it really helped gear me up for this call. And lost my train of thought though. Damn. That gets me every time. Might come back. We'll see. But just another thing that we were talking about was do the work. CTR said do the work. Literally, yes, that literally is. Okay, it came back 100%. All right, sorry guys, I fucking lost it for a second. It's doing the motherfucking work, because this is what it needed to come back, right? I was working on hope. It was really important, so thank God it came back. I was working on hope, right? Oh, I hope this happens. I hope I get this big of a withdrawal. I hope, right? Versus betting on the work. That's me saying, oh, I'm going to get the trophy. No, I need to say I'm going to get the work done. You know what I mean? Because that is rational. Every single one of us hearing this right now, that should make sense, right? And I know CTAR too, we were talking about, how do we get our posture up, right? When you're putting in the action, you're congruent with your goals. So you're staying sharp and you're going to be ready when the opportunity comes. I feel like everything just keeps coming back to the same thing. When we are logical and rational, we have clarity, faith, and action. what could go wrong, you know, because we really need the clarity and the faith to take the action. And when you take the action, we're going to smack it. We are, because we're doing it every day. We're congruent with it. We're actually being that. You know, it's easy to be postured up right now when I know that I was focused as fuck all day. I wanted to put nothing but all my heart into this call and make sure that every single person felt something today, that something actually changes in your mind today, that every single one of you guys are gearing up to literally get the mindset first. You know, Manny was talking about the mindset is first and then the money comes. And that's what I was doing. I was focusing on everything else. You know, I was not clear, you know, and then the levels of faith, you know, I'll go into that right now. Manny talked about the 4 levels of belief. The first one's excitement, right? That's why hype is good, but we've got to capture that shit. We got to literally put it in the bottle, shake it up, and let it blow. Because the next stage after excitement is doubt, right? Then you're like, oh, fuck, can I do this? You know what I mean? Doubt is when you don't have the clarity, you know, the clear, direct goal, and you're not sharp and ready and knowing where you're going, you know, and it really works out because the next level is belief. That's when you're like, okay, I can do this. And I'm just skipping straight to the 4th step, faith. And Manny said, that's when I am is in you. Like when you're in the level of faith, clarity comes with that. You know what I mean? I wrote it down. Don Poppy is right next to me. And I was just pointing at it. The 4th level, faith. You know what I mean? Because of the mentors we have, the people that I was around, I was blessed to talk to Chris Vargas, Mike Miles in person, literally shaking their hand, physically touching them. You guys realize that having people like that close to you, they are the result that we want. And people are always, what'd you guys talk about, blah, 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 blah. I approach these guys and I'm like, thank you, of utmost respect, because just me talking to you right now, do you know what that does to my belief? It takes my belief to the 4th level. It takes it to faith, because I know that anybody that's standing there with that kind of result paid the price for it. They proved you could do it. They're living, they're breathing, they're right there. We get to see them, meet them, talk to them. They did it. How could you not take your belief straight to the level of faith? Put it on them. You don't have to fully even have faith in yourself. That's why I talk to those people. That's why I'm grateful for those people, because talking to them takes my level all the way to faith, because they did it. They're living and breathing. It's physically tangible. It's logical. This is real life. You can see it. You can feel it. You know, if you can feel it and you can remember that feeling, you can get there too, for real. You know, like some of those guys, they originated this platform. They did this shit when nothing was possible. Who are they looking at in the industry that did it at the time? Because IAM was the first of its kind. They're right there. They're literally right there. Human beings that are willing to talk to any single person that is on this call. That's how class active people these are. You know, if you walked up to a single one of those guys, any one of our mentors in this business, they will talk to you. They will answer any question you have. That's what I mean. I could have all the time in the world and I still would have questions for these people. But just being around them and being able to talk to them in any way, that can take your belief 10x. You know, and that's something that if you know you need to work on faith, there's a big key. Get around the legit motherfuckers that have exactly what you want, that are the living, breathing result. You know, you can actually go up to these people, talk to them, and have them there. So when you can put faith and clarity together, I feel like that puts in the action, you know, and just these 3 simple things is the thing that I was missing this entire time. You know, I just didn't have the clarity, didn't have, you know, the direction, didn't have full faith, and wasn't putting in the full action. So I was literally working on hope, right? You can't trade on hope. You don't drive your car on hope. You don't close your eyes and just let somebody else take the wheel. We are literally at the wheel of our own lives, truly. And every single one of us are in control, you know? So we have massive levels of belief, right? But we need to be logical about it and literally do the things that make sense to get the job done, I feel like. You know, when I looked at it that way, I'm just like, this is game over. Like, this is so important for every single person on this call to know, because what this call was for was to bring everybody's mindset up where they feel good and they're at this mindset. And then I'm meeting with every single person on this team individually. Every single thing that we write down, that's my kill list. You know, we watched that thing with Kobe Bryant. I don't know if you're on the call. I don't compete with people. I compete with who I was yesterday. That's the only person I compete with. What's on my kill list is the work list, the job list. So when I'm sitting down talking to every single person on my team or anybody that you need help, get in my inbox. We're going to do the same thing. Doesn't matter. Like literally, Marcellus, I see you on this call, Simon. You're a great fucking leader, dude. We have got amazing leaders on this call. Reach out to Brady Jordan, your direct leader. These men will do the same thing for you, and they got you. They got you. I'm just on the call saying it right now. But you need to know that the people that brought you into this love you, care for you, and they got you. They've been through it. They've been through the pain. They felt it. You know, I know you guys all take L's every day. We all do, right? So just trust. Trust that the people that brought you in have felt that same pain. They didn't have it easy. It isn't, oh, nice for them. They paid the price, and they're here, and they can tell you how they made it through. You know, every single person in here is going to pay the price. Talk to the motherfuckers that paid the price. They're still here. They're still doing it. Those motherfuckers have what I want. Marcellus dropped a chairman's speech when I was in PR. You couldn't make that shit up. You could prepare for it your whole life. That shit's magic. That's when magic happens, what Marcellus did. You couldn't make that shit up, you know? And that's what happens when somebody's congruent with clarity, faith, and action. He showed me that. It was right there. He had all three of those things. Came out, and you could not have made a better speech. You just couldn't. It was literally, it gives you fucking goosebumps. It makes you swell up with tears in your eyes. You feel it, you know? And when we can feel it, that's when we can wake up and literally have the passion to do what we want to do. That's why I want every single person on this call to know how much I fucking love them. I was blessed to get so many messages from people that were grateful for me. And I love that so fucking much, more than you guys will ever know. Because a week ago or a couple weeks ago, Mike Navarrete was on a call and he's like, what wakes you up when nothing else will? You motherfuckers right here on this call, for real. Every single person on this call, the people that I'm blessed to work with personally, watching you guys grow, knowing where you guys are going to go, it's fucking incredible. There's no cap. I can see it. It's right there. You know, so it's like we just have to be able to see it within ourselves. And having you guys helps it see, like me see it within myself, because I see it in every single one of you guys so easily. It's right there on every single one of you guys' faces. Everybody on this call tonight, I know for a fact every single one of you guys has every ability to make it, 100%. And I already said, there's no way you would be here on accident. I truly believe that to the bottom of my motherfucking heart. Literally, I want to believe big enough, fast enough. You know, Tamara is on this call. Tamara is about to go all in. She's about to drop out of college and do this shit. That might scare somebody that's not in the fourth level of faith, okay? But I'm in the fourth level of faith. And I know that when I meet with Tamara, we're literally going to give her the clarity, the faith, and the actions to get it done. We're not quitting our shit and quitting our jobs doing this shit and hoping that we make it. We're not hoping that we make it. We're going to fucking make it because we're betting on the work. We're not saying we're going to get the trophy, but we're guaranteeing that we can do what we hold ourselves to do. We're controlling the easy part. You know, I didn't go to high school fucking junior year. People are like, oh, Schaefer, you can't go to high school every day. But I woke myself up and I went. How could I lose that bet? I believe in myself. When you have that kind of conviction that you know you want something, doesn't matter how many people say you can't. People told me I wasn't going to go to school, and I did because I wanted to. So it was all in my control. I wasn't going for a trophy. I knew I could do the work. That's a safe bet every time. When you have the clarity to realize that all you have to do is bet on yourself, to be sharp every day, like a tack, always ready for the opportunity, always, and you hold yourself to that, you're always in the fourth level in faith with your belief. And if it's not, you're always getting closer. Get close to the fire. Reach out. Reach out to mentors that are 10X, right? It doesn't matter. Go to a level that those people bring the belief into your life because they're right there. You know what I mean? Wherever you guys are sitting in your homes and you're thinking, can I make it? And then you message somebody like Mike Miles, Chris Vargas, anybody, these crazy mentors, and they hit you back. Doesn't that literally take your belief 200X? They're willing to help us. And they already did it. It's fucking insane. Like, we do not have to do this alone. Faith is the one that you don't have to do alone. And that's awesome because faith is the hardest. It's easier for me to like, okay, I can be sharp with a clear vision. I can put in the action. I can write down things that I need to do that are going to give me the results that I need on a piece of paper. And I can do that. Faith is the harder one, right? Because it's harder to believe in yourself. So literally believe in the people that have already done it. It's right there. We don't have to literally think, can we make it? I've met and been blessed to talk to personally motherfuckers that have made it. Why not me? You know, I wrote down too somewhere, if you believe in possibilities, this is possible. Everything's possible. There's literally nothing that's impossible. It's just improbable. We do improbable shit every day. We were in PR. We made the fucking news. Well, you can't probably say that on recording. Hopefully this doesn't get dropped anywhere, but you know what I'm saying? We're doing shit that nobody does, and we're doing it, and we're seeing people do that, and we're part of it, part of the feeling of it. My goal is to take PR and that vibe and that energy and what you feel, and we got to literally take it with us. PR never left. I was on a plane, and I went from PR back to the middle of the United States in Wisconsin within a couple hours in a day. We can take ourselves anywhere and be anywhere. Literally, we can take that feeling and bring it with us. I do not need to be in PR to literally remember the things I saw with my eyes, the things I didn't even take pictures of, but I saw it and I felt it. I was there. You could beat me up pretty hard and goddamn it, I'm still going to remember. I swear to God, you can't take that from me. You know, and they always say, you know, people don't remember what you say. They remember how you made them feel. That's why it's always feeling is the secret. Jordan says it all the time. Feeling is the secret. When you're trying to remember things, I use past memories to paint my vision. You know what I mean? Literally. Lost my train of thought again. Damn it. Right? Gone. But we can literally take those past memories and use that to fuel painting our vision, okay? So I'll give you a good example, right? Chairman 100 is the goal. Man, I haven't been in big stadiums. I don't know what shit looks like where people speak, but I've been to London. I've seen the stage. I looked up and I remember what the lights look like. You know, like just the metal framework up in the ceiling, what the building looked like. I remember in Dallas, I was looking around at the small details. What does this place look like? So I could put myself at least there. You know what I mean? At least at that stage that I saw, I can put myself in the same chair, at the same table, with the same people, in PR, with the same feeling. You know, so literally, when we live things like that, we can take that feeling with us and apply it into anything. You know, all you got to do is keep expanding your mind, seeing more and feeling more. And the more you have, it's like having more colors to paint with. Some of you guys on this call, this was your first event. That's incredible. Because you guys went from literally having like red and blue to paint with to having a 24 different color in your crayon package. Like literally, you got way more colors to paint with because you've seen things that you've never seen before. You felt things that you never felt before. Your brain cannot go back. It can't. We're getting 1% better every day. And I truly want you guys to know the incredible ability, the compound effect of that, right? I went from like a 24 color pack, like I got the big one. You know, like the rich kids had it in school. Like, why do you even need that many crayons? You got a pencil sharpener on that motherfucker. I got so many colors to paint with because of what I was looking for, what I saw, what I felt, what I found, and how I can take that and apply that and take it with us for the rest of our life. We never need to leave PR, and it's only going to get better, and it's just going to be more. And that's how literally it's easy that Mike Miles can have his literal level of belief and faith because of how far he is in this journey. So we are going to get there 100%. When we make it, think of all of us in another year. Where we are, faith is up, clarity is up. The closer we get, it's sort of like you're driving from a distance, like what the fuck's going on over there? The closer you get, the easier it is to see. You know what I mean? So right now, a lot of like even myself, we're early in our journey. So it's like we're trying to literally, we're squinting and shit. And somebody got glasses or binoculars. We're trying to like see it and it's blurry when we just have to get closer to it. We just have to keep walking. You know, Johnny Cave said it before where literally, you know, your two legs, belief and action, belief and action. If you're just believing, you're going in a circle, just step with one leg. That's working on hope. But when you know that you have the faith that this shit is going to be here forever, I truly believe that. Nobody would be here on accident. We're going to run this the fuck up. You have that belief. And now you know what your goal is. You know, trading goals, building goals, whatever it is, and you're putting in the action, doing this. That's the simple part. I don't need to bore you guys with the DMOs and the whatever. We know what we need to do. And if we stay sharp, it's easy to do it because we have the clarity to do it. And it's three things and it just keeps coming back to the same shit. It seems so simple. And that's probably why I'm so passionate about it because I feel like this was such a critical thing that I missed. Missed it probably because I didn't have the clarity, right? It was foggy outside. Oh shit, the fog went away. Okay, that's actually what's going on, right? We're connecting the dots looking backwards, and now it's making sense. So I am with you guys, every single one of you guys that has, dude, I just don't know, like, where's the fire? That's good, Stephanie. Where's the fire? Where is the passion? Where's the motivation? What's getting you up in the morning when nothing else will? When you have clarity, you can find that. And when you have the faith, you can find that. And then you put in the action, that seems like the easy part. You know what I mean? Because all action stems from lack of belief. So the only reason that I've ever not put in the work is when I didn't know what the fuck I was doing or what was going on, or I just straight the fuck up, right? I know my number one thing is to raise my vibration, and I'm clear-headed as fuck. Like, I'm literally, my goal is to get to level of sharpness to close people like Chris Vargas. If that's not, like, literally just even having that as a goal is your level of sharpness. I mean, that's the 1% better every day that we need to get to. Like, because being sharp, that's when doubt can't creep in. That's when fear cannot creep in. For real. You know what I mean? Because doubt is detrimental, and that'll take you out of faith. But when you literally are staying sharp, that's how you stay unfuckwithable. That was always my goal, to be unfuckwithable and to master my emotions and all this shit. Well, why was I not? Why was my EQ not where I wanted it to be? So I wasn't being sharp enough. I was allowing shit to get into my head to do whatever because I wasn't staying sharp. I was not looking at the right things, wasn't being focused, I literally wasn't doing it right. And it seems so simple. Well, what's the opposite of doing it right? Staying sharp. Boom. Just that simple. It seems fucking insane. Like, you know, maybe you guys have come to these epiphanies already, and I'm saying this and you've already heard it, but to me, finding this out and getting to this level of awareness on these few simple things blew my fucking mind. It was foggy out, and now I see, like, for real. And I just wanted to make sure that every single person felt this and saw this, because if you're not at these three things, this level of awareness, you're going to be missing the point, because I was missing the point. Not because I'm an asshole. I'm not telling you that because I'm an asshole. I'm telling you because I was missing the point. You know what I mean? And when you do have clarity, faith, and action, you won't miss the point. It makes so much sense. You know, so I love you guys so fucking much. Literally, I think that was a massive, massive tangent. But I think it's just super important that we get to that point, because literally, when we're fully in alignment, the universe is literally going to bring things to you every time. I've never sat on a plane in my life and talked to somebody that I didn't know. I had a fucking 3-hour conversation with a guy that I've never met from Kazakhstan who owned a hookah bar, got shut down because of COVID. He was coming to Chicago to work, you know, something with Windows shit. We talked about shit for 3 hours about spirituality, all this stuff. How? It's not a coincidence. It's literally not a fucking coincidence. When you are congruent with your goals and you're sharp in your mind, know exactly what you're doing, thinking, where you're going, boom. Oh, is it a coincidence somebody that's literally congruent with your way of thinking just plop themselves in your lap? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You know what I mean? And I realize that because I've known every time that I've been congruent with stuff, more things come. It's fucking insane. But it literally happens like clockwork. It truly does, if you can get to that point. And that's where staying sharp comes in, because when they come in to your lap, you're ready for it. Literally, I am going napkin pitch what Chris Vargas said on everything. Literally. What was it? You know, because he literally said, if you cannot talk to somebody about trading, if you cannot pitch it on a napkin to somebody at a bar, like, you're just, why though? Because it makes sense. You know, everything we learn about, you know, all these different tactics of marketing. You know how we're institutional traders, guys, and we don't trade the way everybody else trades. We don't trade trend lines. We don't do that shit, right? We trade what works. That's what Chris Vargas gave us. We don't retail market. You know what I mean? We institutional market. We do it differently. And that is literally it. The napkin pitch right there. Like, if you cannot explain it to your 3-year-old son, like I got a 3-year-old son, so that's the example I'm using. You're not explaining it right. You know, literally, like buying houses, you know, you buy a house, it goes up in value, you sell it, you make money. We're literally basically making 1 to 10 bets. Lose $1, lose $1, lose $1. Every time you win, though, you make $10. You want to play the game? Why wouldn't you? The less information you give is so critical, because people will fight you every single way that they physically can. It's human nature. It's literally human nature. you know, and it just makes sense because when Chris Vargas tells me that this is how he does it, you can think I'm a very real person. I really like to tell people what everything is and give them all the information and stuff like that, be really genuine and shit like that. But a lot of people don't have the mindset. That's literally retail doing it, you know, where people are going to fight you because they're not ready for that information. Literally the napkin pitch is fucking insane. So if you're staying sharp and you know that anytime an opportunity comes in your lap, napkin pitch, that's it. Less is more. If you know that, it's literally reminding yourself about the same things, you know, like just being ready for it. I truly do believe. Don't have to overcomplicate it. Okay, let me get my, you know, a certain thing of how I can remember how I should react in this moment. You don't need to. You don't need to know. You don't need to plan that fucking much shit out. You just got to be ready for it and remember the simple thing. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy how our mind works that I just need to remember that this is how I need to go about building for real. You know, and another thing I want to go into what Brady said before I even went to the event, like, people are seeds. Really, we're all seeds. You know, so you can literally, does anybody think it's rational? This is basically when I'm guilty of this, where you go out and you send messages and basically pitch them in one message. That's literally like going outside, putting a seed in the ground, watering it one time, be like, oh, it didn't sprout. I'm going to dig it up. That doesn't make sense, right? And we're the seeds too. So what we can do for others and what we can do for ourselves is the same thing, right? So I would never ask somebody to build the business, okay, or make a list. But if you truly care about other human beings, people deserve to know this shit. And literally all you need, you're a gardener. We're not marketing, we're gardening, okay? We're literally coming back into people's lives. How can I provide value? How can I provide value for this person? I'm not looking to sell anybody on anything. I'm looking to water a seed and make it turn into a tree. And when that tree is big and it's strong because you watered it, you created it into a tree, the tree's gonna come back to thank you for literally allowing it to grow, because it never would have been a tree without you. It makes so much sense. You know, so I just thought that this stuff was so important because literally, you know, even when you're looking at trading, okay, how do I have so much energy right now? Because guess what? If I looked at charts for 12 hours, I'd probably be sleeping right now. But people are energy, okay? So I get energy back just seeing people nod, just looking at people's faces on this call. You know what I mean? I live for people. So it's like, even if you feel like, oh, I don't want to do that or I don't want to do this, like, when you provide value to people and you receive back, I live for that shit. If you don't think that you would like that, you haven't felt it yet. I really encourage you to do that and feel it, because there are people that every single one of you guys know that need this. And they would be grateful to you to the day that they die because of what you did just to tell them about this opportunity, right? Because I labeled this call the $1 million shovel. I mean, I know I was playing some trap shit, but I don't know if you caught it in the Young Dolph part where he said, I got some money buried for my son. I can't wait to tell him he's got $1 million shovel, right? I'm like, just thinking about burying $1 million. And it's like, do you realize that my son's 3 years old and he's already got $1 million shovel, even if he's got 10 cents in his piggy bank? He's got this opportunity with infinite time. This kid could be a 6-figure trader before he's 10. He could do anything. That's why you guys need to keep going. You know what I mean? Don't base it on the result or what you can physically, monetarily give somebody. As long as you're doing this, you're going to know children in your family that are going to know this and are already born with $1 million shovel. You do not need to set them up with $1 million account to give them $1 million shovel, because you already gave it to them. Because you know what? I didn't find this opportunity out until I was 23 years old. I can give it to my son right now. All of you guys can do the same stuff. Isn't that incredible that we literally have it right here? All we got to do is take that shovel and dig deep. We got to see it. It's $1 million shovel. But it's $1 million shovel because you got to dig with it. You know what I mean? You got to dig with it to get to the $1 million. That's literally what we have here. We got $1 million mentors. I couldn't even wrap my head around how much people would charge people for mentorship out there. No wonder everybody thinks everything's a fucking scam, because everything costs so fucking much. We get mentors that are millionaires and we talk to them for free. I talked to Mike Miles for 40 minutes. That's fucking insane. Look at what that guy has. Is it not? But we have that here. We have a $200 investment that we need to treat like $1 million investment, because could not be more true. If we treat it like a hobby, it'll pay us like a hobby. When we realize that it's $1 million business, We are going to get paid like $1 million business for real, you know, because all I did is focus on my problems. All I did is focus on a result, all this stuff. You should feel how I feel right now with clarity, faith, and the action that I know I'm going to put in. I get posture from the action. You know what I mean? I get direction from having faith in what I'm doing. I know that this is real as fuck. I believe it with my whole heart. I would not be here telling you guys this stuff if I did not believe this with my whole heart, because I'm real as fuck and I would not lie to anybody. I believe that. I believe that with my whole fucking heart, that every single person here is here for a reason, right? We have a choice. We were all born with purpose. You could choose to do nothing. But imagine if you found your purpose, what that purpose is. Because your gifts will make room for you, for real. If we find that purpose, imagine who we can be. Isn't that crazy that we could fuck off, smoke weed on a couch if we want to, be nobodies, but we could also find our purpose and be great? Every single one of us on this call. All of us can be great. Isn't that fucking incredible? To me, that's fucking incredible. And understanding those things is what gives me clarity, because I know it's right there. If we keep acting like it's not there, pish posh fucking applesauce, right? But when you see it, you're Lieutenant Winters, like, grab your gun and we're running. Like, I see it. We're running right after it. So literally, I love you guys so much. That was like, I really laid it all out like it'd be structured, and it was fucking just tangent on tangent on tangent. But like, I feel like I hit the goal of what I wanted to actually drive across to you guys, you know, that we're really doing this, and that, you know, when they say that it's not the event that matters, it's what happens afterwards. So anybody on this call that was not at the event, do not have FOMO, right? Because even for the ones that were at the event, if we do not put in the action, it's like we were never there. That's a good thing though, because when we put in the action, we remember, we have the feeling, we're betting on ourselves. You know what I mean? Just have the discipline to put in the action. You know what I mean? And if I'm not, I'd be lying to myself, and I would be hoping that I made it. I can't lie to myself anymore. I can't. It's literally clarity, faith in the action. If I'm not doing that, master the basics. Jordan says it all the time. That's literally the only things that even matter to me right now. Clarity, faith, and action. Because everything else will come next. Everything else. Because I'm already up, ready to go, because I'm staying sharp. I have full belief. So when I'm talking to anybody, there's no crack there, because I believe it with my whole heart. And the posture is there because I'm putting the action in every single day, and that makes sense. You know, Kobe Bryant, you know the work he put in to be the best NBA player ever. Why was he confident? He wasn't hoping to be good. He was outworking everybody. You know, so I hope that you guys really felt what I felt about those three things as much as I did, because I truly think that's going to change the fucking game for all of us. Literally, I mean it with my whole heart. Nobody competes here with each other. I compete with myself yesterday. You know, you attract what you are, and we're all different. That's why we don't compete with each other. The people that I talk to, it's funny that they are literally like me, and other people, they're different than me, right? And they attract their own people. Every single human being with a voice today on this call or anywhere in the world, there are people that could only hear it from you, that could only feel it from you, because you're the only one like them, right? And it's crazy to find the people that are like you, you know? So literally, we attract what we are, you know, and we all have these untapped, like, my abundance has nothing to do with anybody else's. So literally, all we have to do is create. Earl Nightingale says, we do not compete, we create, you know? And when we create with clarity, with the right intentions, with faith, full belief, because we know this shit, we put in the work. It's like, am I missing something? That seems like it's everything, you know, like, for fucking real, you know? And I just wanted every single person to know this. Yeah, literally, you know, for anybody on the Breadwinner Swim Team, I want to run an event. Literally, I think it's the 19th. I got it written down, and then maybe we'll run it 3 weeks after that to get it back on schedule with when I don't have my son. But that's the thing that I want everybody to feel good about, and just know that it's about plugging in and being close to the fire. Okay. Doesn't matter if you guys show up and don't bring anybody, because guess what? Even if it's just a squad, we're going to go in and make sure that each person individually feels good, and we're growing through that. Right? But it's about staying close to the fire. So like literally to me, it's a win-win, cannot fail, that everybody should just be jacked about and feel good about, not feel pressured about, for real. You know, like things will happen naturally when we are congruent with it. So I just wanted to put that out there. And literally this Sunday, I don't know if you guys want to write it down for the Triple M call. We are going to have some absolute savages with Brady and Jordan. I'm just going to tell you guys because I'm going to promote it the whole week. Remember you guys when Brady and Jordan just smacked that op call out of the park? The fucking bros, they fucking cleaned this. They went the fuck in on that call. I am going to allow them to go out on the Triple M call and just share with you from the heart the real shit that they want to share. This is about giving the stage for our mentors that we have, because that was the last thing that I wanted to address too, is that do not sleep on who we have. Brady Granquist, dude, I talked to him for an hour. It's like, holy fuck, man, you knew this the whole time, man. I was sleeping on you, bro, for real, for real. And I just want everybody to know that on this call, reach out to Brady, reach out to Jordan, talk to these men one-on-one when you need help with clarity. That's another thing that'll help with your clarity. Reach out to people that have been farther in this than you. And I guarantee you, when the student is ready, the mentor appears. When you actually look for help, you're going to get the help every fucking time. And these men have it. So I just wanted to promote this for the whole week, because these guys, I feel like we've been sleeping on them, and these guys are going to absolutely crush it. I have no idea what they're going to go in on. I have no idea what these guys are thinking. But I have all my faith in these men right here. 100% trust. So these guys are going to come out and absolutely crush it. And we're really looking to take this lightning, put it in a bottle, and we're holding on to it. We're just letting it build up more pressure, more pressure. So I just wanted you guys to know that too, that is going to be a super saiyan, saucy call that is cannot miss. It'll be, yeah, literally on Sunday on the Triple M call. And after that, like, I'm going to be working with some people, get some legends on here. You know what I mean? Just to drive across to every single person the kind of access to the mentorship that we have. Like, if you guys don't believe me that you can go up to these mentors, I'm going to bring these mentors to you guys for damn sure, like for real. And we're taking everybody's faith next level. You know what I mean? And that's also going to give you clarity. We know we just got to work on the action. That's our 1% better every day. So I just wanted to touch on all that. So we have something to push towards, you know, just having an event on a calendar and you write that down, whether you're going to be there or not, we have something to build towards. You know what I mean? That helps our clarity. You know what I mean? It's like driving with your head down, head up. Okay, we have an event over here. Boom, I got something to look at, eyes on the prize, you know, and just capturing this momentum. This is what this call was for, that we could leave PR and we don't come back and, oh man, get broken back down by our circumstances and what we're living. You know, if we don't allow ourselves to forget, you can't forget. Literally, I was talking to Sitar about this. Like, I'm pretty sure I got a good memory just because I thought about my memories. It's crazy. You know what I mean? Like, if you didn't think about your childhood in a long time, it's probably like, damn, I fucking hardly remember being 5. But it's like, if you had certain memories that you did remember, you know what I mean? When you think about it, you remember it for the rest of your life. So literally, I love you guys. I wanted to leave this with one thing, one quote that Matt Rosa smacked me in the face with while you guys are on this journey. Because for real, what we can do together, this is the foundation. If we can all believe big enough, fast enough that we can do this shit together, imagine if every single person on this call, that's my vision, that if every single person on this call actually takes this and truly takes the clarity, the faith, and the action, that's unstoppable. So literally the quote, listen to this. If God is for you guys, ask yourself, if you believe that God is for you, or the universe, or whatever, then who could be against you? We got this shit. Let's go, family.